Hi, it's Chris Fletcher again from Music Biz Mentors, and this is part two called Pitch and Perform How to Get Gigs in 2022 and Beyond. So, today we're going to talk about research and results. How much time it takes to actually research, but to actually focus your time to do those kind of things. We're going to give you lots of tips in this video that we're looking at right now. We'll also talk about how you ask Mr. Google exactly what you want to get the results that you want. And we're going to start by talking about the venue themselves. So let's go to the PowerPoint. Let's talk about the venue first. You have to understand how the venue is making money so you know how much money you can make at the venue. These are some of the ideas I have for you. So once you get to the website of any venue that you're looking at, trying to see on the calendar, which I'll talk about next, how to find the information that you need to see if this is the right venue for you. Number one, are there ticket sales and how much are the tickets? The higher the ticket, the more possibility you can make more money. But it also could mean that you need to draw a certain amount of people. So if it's a big venue, it's 100 seats, they're going to want you to bring at least 50 to 60 people through the door and to guarantee that. We call that pay to play where we are. So basically you have to guarantee how many tickets you're selling or you have to pay for those tickets. Don't do that unless you are ready to bring people to the show. Next is the food and bar sales. If they're making money from the bar and the food, there may not be any admission fee, but there may be too. So you could possibly get a percentage of the bar, the food, and the ticket price, depending on how big the venue is. Remember, if you can't bring a lot of people through the door, then you need to look at smaller venues. And then the last one here is if there is a little button that says sponsors, it means that those sponsors, Pepsi, Budweiser, Staples, whatever it is they're paying the venue to put their event on, and they have their name all over the place. So if there are sponsors that we're listing here, that means that you should be paid for what you're doing. So number two here is looking at that calendar and seeing what it tells you. Here's a little calendar down here from one of the venues. It tells you the times people are playing, who is playing, and the other ones are listed underneath here on what time they're playing, and then tickets. And so for one of these venues that we're looking at here is they have music from Wednesday through Sunday. That means no Monday and Tuesday for them. So it's really good to know that. And maybe you can just look to see, is there an open mic night here? Are they playing certain kinds of music here, certain kind of genres? Because sometimes they have a hip hop night and sometimes they have a hard rock night. You never know. So the calendar tells us a whole lot of information. Are there extra popular bands playing here? Maybe you can actually contact the bands themselves to open up for them, performance times and entry fee. All this tells you how often they have music, who is playing there, and how much money it is to get in. That's all a factor of what we're looking at when we look at the calendar. So it's not just looking to see what day is open, but it's about learning about the venue itself. So you're not asking for a Monday or Tuesday, or you're not asking for a bluegrass Thursday and you're not bluegrass. So getting to know the venues is worth it. It's going to be worth your time to do the research to find out who do you contact, what do they want from you, right? Only send what they want you to send them. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And then other bands are playing, so maybe you can actually contact those guys or look at their website and see maybe where else they're playing if you have a similar kind of music. Yes, this takes time, but yeah, it's really worth it. And then right here, I took myself off the screen because there's a lot of writing here. I want to make sure that you can see everything on the screen here. Finding the right contact. Sometimes it's not as easy as you think it is, but you can look to see if there is a booker's email. If you can't find a button that says entertainment, booking, how to play here, go on and look at the FAQs and see if it doesn't say, how do I perform here? And it will usually have that information. So sometimes there's an entertainment button. It's as easy as that, and push the button and it will tell you exactly what you need to make that happen. You'll be emailing most of the time. And so I have an email for us to go through here. But what you need to know beforehand is a good elevator pitch. What do you sound like? They want a small comparison so they can kind of get the idea of who you are and what you're all about. If you send an email and you don't get a response back in a week, what I want you to do is I want you to forward that email, the same email, in the subject line, put the date and put second request, right? And forward it. And that just write a little message that says, "Hi, I know you're really busy. I still would like to play October 26th. Looking forward to talking to you." That's it. Really keep it short and sweet when we're looking at that stuff. And if there's a band before you, maybe you contact the band themselves. Maybe they can give you a contact, or they can even recommend that you perform in front of them. If you can't find any kind of contacts, message them on Facebook. Every single venue has a Facebook page. And just go to the message board and just send a message and say, "Hi, can you connect me with the entertainment coordinator?" Don't tell those people anything about yourself. You just want someone to respond, right? And then if that fails, what you need to do is you have to find the phone number and, yes, make a phone call. They may say, "Contact George at this email," or he comes in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you want to talk to him, you can call him back at 7 o'clock. He takes calls from 7 to 7:30. This is how you find out someone will answer the phone. The ticket people, the bartender, somebody in the office, they'll always have information for you. So don't give up. Right here, we're looking at the little email here together. The date. Remember, in your subject line, you always put the date that you want. Nothing else, just a date, so you can catch their attention. And then say, "Hello, I work with local band, the Zookeepers. We have a good draw in our area, and we see that October 26th looks like an open date. We are a fun party band, blending styles of Luminaire meet Bruno Mars." Below is a link to our live performance video and a website. I look forward to talking to you about performing on October 26th. Thanks for your consideration. All my information, my website, and the video. This will be a small email, but remember, look at all the information we have. We have who we are when we're in the area, the date we want. We also have what kind of music we're doing, that 15-second elevator pitch, and then telling them below is our video, below is our website. Do not put too many links in here because they're just going to click on one. So you want to make sure that you have that information in there. So here are some more Music Biz Mentor suggestions for you when you're trying to contact the right person. Take the time to research each venue website. It will really help you ask for what you need and know what the venue can actually offer to you. Choose the right venue. This is what I'm talking about. If they don't have rock in that club, then don't bother contacting them. If it looks like they don't have a jazz night, then look for another company. Look for another place to perform at, because I have too many people trying to get into different venues that are just not the right genre of music for you. So you want to always take the time, research. If it's not, move on. There's plenty of other venues you can perform at, right? Then make contact Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Do not contact them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, because they most likely do not look at their emails, and then everything gets all pushed together by Monday. And then it takes them all of Monday and part of Tuesday to get through to those kind of things. So there are specific days, unless they tell you, email me Wednesday, or email me Friday, email me on the weekend, or contact me. Then it's okay to do those other days. Usual goal is booking money gigs at least 6 months in advance. We will do our part 3 series. It's going to talk about venues that pay you. How do you get into pre-assembled audiences? And we're going to tell you how to get into a lot of those and what it takes to make that happen. And then for 2022, book one live local gig each month. The goal for 2022 for me and for anybody that I'm working with or talking to is for you to get current this year, which means you put music out, get your social media, get your show together, and maybe perform a couple times locally. That's 100 miles from your home. We are not talking about you going on tour this year, mostly because we're not sure still what's going on with COVID. And then also because the gas alone will kill you on a tour. So we want to start thinking, if you're thinking about going out of town, hundreds of miles from your house, then what I want you to do is start looking at the venues that look like they pay you now. We're talking about looking at summer gigs, looking at what's available now and checking those out. And in November, you should start contacting those venues because a lot of them that are booked for the summer will start their regular booking routine, which is somewhere between November and January for the big events in the spring and in the summer. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Next time, we're going to come on and we're going to talk about how do you convince the booker to actually book you instead of someone else. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, please email me at musicbizmentors@gmail.com.